Another variable you can't control when you're buying new construction is your rate. You can't necessarily lock in your rate just yet because you got to wait till your house is being built. Now, there is a point in time that they'll say, hey, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're talking about new construction and how you should buy new construction and what you should learn and what you should do when you're buying new construction. There's a lot of factors that you should know about before buying new construction. Like, for example, do you need a realtor when you buy new construction? My answer to that is yes. So my name is Jean Guirand. I'm a local investor in the Florida area. I'm also a licensed realtor in the Florida market. So I just want to kind of give you guys, licensed realtor with Abraham Legacy. I have to say that on this video so you guys know. However, I want to give you guys some information about new construction because there's a lot of misconceptions, and also there's a lot of people buying new construction because they think new construction is better because they don't have to do a lot of retail. So right now, I'm sitting right here on my truck at a lot of new construction projects. Go turn around a little bit. I actually have a project that one of my friends just purchased here at this plot right here. They're going through that process. And I just want to kind of educate you guys a little bit more about it, because if you're buying new construction and you don't understand it, it's easy to get caught up because the only thing you're going to focus on is what are my needs and not really look at the overall picture of new construction. So let's kind of break that down. The first thing is, do you need a realtor? Yes, you need a realtor when you're buying. This is not just for advertising for myself. You're not paying for a realtor when you buy new construction. Yes, and if you do get the wrong realtor, they don't necessarily help you. They just sign their name on a piece of paper just to get a check, and that's okay. However, if you know that person or if you're a licensed realtor yourself, you can collect that commission. However, a realtor that's going to help you in new construction, let me get down, is a realtor that knows new construction. For example, like I'm right here in my truck. I'm going to close my trunk. I was sitting here. Like, let's say, for example, right, your realtor should be a person that visits your job site at least once or twice a month to kind of see the progress. Now, for me, I come out here at least once a week because it doesn't take that much time out of my day to come and check on my clients' projects if they're not too far in between. Like, for instance, this one is, close to my residence, so it don't take much for me to come take a look at it. And if there's anything in the Lake County area, I'm always on it. Even Polk County, I'm always on it because I want to see what these guys are doing, and I'm going to go into that so you guys know what's going on. Are they meeting the timeline? Are they staying on top of the timeline to make sure that you're going to close in a timely fashion? And also, when you're buying new construction, you got to make sure they're doing the right stuff inside your house. Are they putting the right wood? Are there guys taking a little shortcut that you're not being very attentive? Because let's be honest, you're at work. You're working to make money to buy this house, so you're not going to always see what's going on in this back of this house. So that's why your realtor comes in play to kind of help you say, hey, I noticed this. This might raise some type of concern, just so you know. Also, there's a few benefits you get with that agent. That agent can go do things that you can't do when you're working. So let's just say, hey, run and take me a quick video. If they're not doing that already regularly, the agent might want to come with you to the design center. That might be a little thing that you might want to get with that. So you might say you don't need one, but you're not paying for one. Get one and hire one. And they might have resources you don't have. Let's say the lender backs out of the deal that was the preferred lender by the builder, and they can close your deal. That realtor may have relationships that can make close your deal faster because they built a good book and know a lot of people that might help you. That's one thing. So let's go into the other segment of this. Let's go. Because I'm very passionate about this, and I want you guys to understand this. So let's go. One of the things you need to know about new construction is this. Are these guys putting good wood and doing the right, proper things in your house? Are they making sure that they're not just putting the cheap wood in your house? That's one. So let's take a look at this one. So if you can see here, we have all premium wood all put through. There's no rotted wood. You could tell they did all the right work. At the bottom is pressure treated wood. If you can see at the bottom right here, this is the green component. Let me zoom in. So that tells you they're doing what they need to do correctly. The trace outline work flows. This is what that means right here. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. So let's take a look here. Now, keep in mind, I'm not an inspector, but I just want to give you guys just some insight. They strapped all the pipes already. This is what you would check in for. Now, I got to take a look at this, see why they cut this here. Why they do that here? Just double check. It might have moved it. But that's part of the things you got to check. So, for instance, your masonry work, is it up to par? These are things that you take pictures of. And also, a lot of things that I like to do in new construction, I make all my clients come in and put either a scripture or verse or write their name in the walls, because this is the whole purpose of it. Now, what another beautiful thing is, so right now, because of labor shortages, you got to make sure you stay on these properties and you're actually watching them, because you don't want just anybody just working on your new construction, because you can actually see the progress of it. So that's why it's important for you to make sure you come out here and kind of document what's going on. Because if, let's say they hired a bad subcontractor and you don't know it, you haven't been here for a whole month, you don't know what the heck that subcontractor did in your house. You don't know if they took shortcuts. Let's face it, some people are going to take shortcuts because they want to get paid faster. And right now we have a labor shortage. So some builders are doing, good stuff. Some are not. You got to know what you want and who you want to deal with. You got to do research on the builder. Make sure the builder is good. Verify it. Realtors will tell you, hey, these builders maybe put out a good product or maybe not. They'll send you some links. This is what they've heard. This is the reviews. So they might send you a link of saying, hey, do your own research too as well. But these are things that, you got to make sure you're knowing in this place. A lot of you don't want to buy, a lot of you want to go to new construction because you don't have to put all these bids in right now because the market is so hot. You want to know, hey, I'm getting my house, my lot, my design, everything that I need. And yes, I agree with you. But also you got to think about this. You got to have the time to come check this thing out too as well, because yeah, you do an inspection in 7 days, but after 7 days, this house is already done. This house is going to take a long time to build. You got to make sure that it takes time for you to make sure you verify it. Because if you're not verifying it, you're going to have a problem with it at the end, because you don't know what the heck they put in this house. All they tell you everything is good. You get a warranty and the warranty is done. After the warranty is done, you live in the house. That's virtually it. Another variable you can't control when you're buying new construction is your rate. You can't necessarily lock in your rate just yet, because you got to wait till your house is being built. A lot of people are not talking about that. There's a lot of things going on in the market that people are not talking about. So CDD is a community development. You're paying that for the life of the property. That's attached to the life of the property, just like HOA. So if you go like certain areas like Polk County, this is starting to happen even in Groveland, where you're paying for a CDD. The CDD can be anywhere between $150 to $180, and your actual HOA might just be $18 or $24. So you end up paying close about to $200 a month or $190 for a CDD with the HOA, which is locked in for the life of the property. So that's for another video. I won't go so in depth, but if you need to understand that, if you're buying, ask and say, hey, does this community have a CDD, and know what it is. Now, to be in all fairness, to be honest, now sometimes your HOA is probably $90. So the differentiation between the two could be $80. The CDD might be $160 and your HOA was $80, so it's $80 difference. So you got to figure, does that make sense for you? And it's for the life of the property. It doesn't get removed. It's not like PMI, none of that. It stays with the property. And you got to make sure that factors into your monthly budget. So I'll get into that in another video and break down the CDD stuff so you guys know. But that's part of it too as well. Sometimes resale, the HOA is only $40. Sometimes when you go buy new, the CDD with the HOA is $200. That's something to think about. I mean, you got to think about that. That's a factor. So as I'm walking down right now in all these houses I'm taking a look at, yeah, it's a beautiful thing. You get to pick out all your furniture, you get to pick all this stuff out. But that's part of the key. You got to make sure it makes sense. Now, some of you, what happens is you buy new construction. When you get to the design center, you got to pick all these options, because what it comes with, the standard doesn't meet your standards. Or you want all this because this is your first time buying new construction. So there's a lot of excitement. That excitement is, I want to get this, I want to get that, I want to get that. And then by the time you're done, what you were going to spend on a resale, you overspend on new construction, because you are decking the house out. You want all the bells and whistles. You want everything, because this is my last and final house. And sometimes that's the case when you buy new construction. That's your last and final house. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes that's your first house and maybe your second house, because you learned from your first house. So now you want, oh, these are the features I didn't have in my first house, so I want all these features now in my second house. So these are things you got to think about when you're buying new construction, because you're not factoring that in. And make sure your budget aligns with what you want. If your budget does not align, you're going to keep having problems, because your wants doesn't necessarily have to match your needs. Your needs is what's most important. Your wants, add later. Like the carpet, you don't like the carpet, take the carpet. Dirty it after 2 years and then change it. It comes with the house already. Now, the things that you should worry about in new construction when you're doing it is the mechanicals and the big things you can't change. For example, your kitchen. Well, that's harder to change. Your kitchen, your bathroom. Do these things, spend your money on these things first. You can always do your baseboards later. That's the cheapest thing you can change. Paint doesn't really matter. Hey, you want this room to have this outlet? Go ahead and do it now. You want a pre-wire for fans? Do it now. You want a pre-wire for a sound system? Do that now, especially if it's a 2-story house. do that now. Those are things you focus on. The other stuff, like your carpet, you could change that later. You could put hardwood floors in later. Now, if you're getting granite stone, get that now, because sometimes it's cheaper with the builder. But there's some things you could get now that's easier to deal with later. But that's what I would focus on. As I'm walking around, and I just want to give you guys some insight as I'm doing this. If you like this video, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It'll be here somewhere in the video. I appreciate you guys for watching it. Those who are subscribe fans, I try to make real estate full circle, so you know everything about real estate. Now, I may not know every single thing, but I've had experience enough to be able to give you guys my insight on what I've seen, what I've experienced. My experience could be your way of kind of learning and learning through me, and you don't have to make mistakes I made. So that's why I want to make real estate full circle. This is really my investment company. So I invest a lot in real estate. Like, I bought new construction and then sold it, because I bought in phase 1 and phase 2. That's a whole different video of how to buy new construction to make more money at the end. So you buy in phase 1 and phase 2, and then you make more money. But anyway, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave your comments, whatever it is. And also follow me on social media. I put a lot of content on social media. And whatever you guys want me to do a video on, I'll do it. Just to mention, I am a licensed realtor, so I want to disclose that on this video with Abraham Legacy Realtor at the time. I am making a switch to a new brokerage, just so you guys know. I'm between EXP and what's the new one? LPT. But at the time of this video, just want to give you guys information. And I just love the process of building houses, and also buying them. But I'm out of here. Jean Guirand. Guys, I'll see you guys later. I'm out.